Am I still wearing the same shirt for 3 days in a row? No, I'm not. Am I still wearing the same shirt for 3 videos in a row? Yes, I am. Could I change my shirt in order to give the illusion that I'm not filming these back to back to back? Yes, I could. I used to do that. But now, I'm just transparent with y'all, guys. I'm getting tired. I'm going to have a long day. I'm going to be too busy for the next couple days to film them each day. So I'm batch filming. That's a secret. It's a YouTuber inside. But today, my friends, is the 5th day. The 5th day. Happy Friday to you all. It's secretly Tuesday for me, but for you guys, it's Friday. So if you haven't watched the other ones that I have done in this video series, please go check those out. I did a top 5 surprising nib, where I talked about the pens that I had basically garbage expectation for and then was kind of blown out of the water when I used them. My top 5 favorite fountain pens to use for journaling purposes. My 5 ways to use my pens more. Big shout out to my Patreon crew for that, because you guys just came in hot and heavy and gave me some really great ideas. Same thing with yesterday's video, top 5 brands. That was also a Patreon suggestion, because if you haven't joined the Patreon crew, do hit the link in the description. I was going to say subscription, but you could also subscribe while you're doing it, because most of these videos I got from those fine folks over there, because they're great. But today was not actually something that came from Patreon. Today was actually an email that I got and asked me a question. It was a very long email. I will not get into it because most of it was private. However, also apologies if you do email me and I don't respond. Sometimes I'll read them and then intend to respond later because it's kind of a nuanced thing that I want to think about, and then I forget to because I do get a fair amount of emails. Apologies. But today, I thought this is the most unique question that I have ever gotten. And I mean, you've read the title already, so you know. What do I plan on doing, if anything, with all of my fountain pens after I die? It is a bit of a morbid topic, but it is one that's going to happen. It is inevitable. Like taxes, we are all going to die. Whether it is today, whether it's tomorrow, whether hopefully it is another 60 years from now. I'm 35, so if it's 60 years from now and I'm 95, I really hope that I still have the ability to function and have all of my marbles. But we'll see, because I feel like I'm already losing them. But I thought about it, actually, for a little while. I thought about it because I was like, I don't have any plans for pens. Like, what? But then I was like, what would I do? Because here's the thing. Pens, ultimately, while they're all stunning and beautiful, ultimately, they're tools. And I kind of think that if you have tools need to be used. Otherwise, they're garbage, right? Like, at the end of the day, while some of them sure are kind of art pieces, like this Benu pen here that has, like, you know, it's hand painted and takes flippin' forever to make, which, by the way, have you used any hand painted pens from Benu yet? They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous tools, but they're still tools. At the end of the day, they should be utilitarian. They should be used. And that's also why I talk about selling them a lot. And people are always like, why are you talking about selling your pens so much? Don't you like them? What are you doing? Yeah, I do, but I get a lot because I have a problem. And if I don't use them, then I think they should be used. So there's really 2 ways that I could take this question. The first one is, if I don't know I'm going to die, then no. Like, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, then no, I don't currently have a plan in place for my pens. And I was sort of thinking, like, maybe I should because I have a small collection to some and a large collection to others. They are a wide variety of prices. I mean, honestly, I don't care about preppies. So, I mean, if I die and they're still around, who cares? Ultimately. But I have a lot of really nice pens. I got Pilots, I got Twisbees, I got Viscontis, I got all of my new precious babies. I've got Pelicans, I've got like, the Aurora Optimas that even though I don't talk about very often, yes, people, I still have them. I still have my Optimas. I only have 3 now. Like I had 6 or 7 at one point, but I decided that these are the 3 that I like the most. So I have a lot of really, really nice pens. And so I was kind of thinking, okay, what if I like set something up, because I do have a will, but I don't really have like a letter of direction for my pens. But I wonder if I just like maybe wrote a letter and had it in there. Because here's the thing, if I were to die tomorrow and get hit by a bus, I am blessed enough to still have both of my parents here with me that are in really great health, but bless their little hearts, they would have no clue what to do with these pens. None. Absolutely not. First of all, to toot my own horn, they would be stuck in their grief for a little while. But once they got past that, well, it's not that you ever really get past grief, it just changes, and I'm not talking about that. Once they sort of get past the initial shock and they actually start dealing with the stuff, knowing my parents, they would know enough about pens to know that these have some value, but nothing about them to know what to do with them. So I would probably maybe set something up to reach out to local pen shops and see if potentially they could be donated. I don't think that they could be sold through that pen shop, but at least if the pen shop owner had them, then A, I would know that they were in the hands of somebody who knew what they were doing with fountain pens, like could like appreciate them. B, maybe they would be able to try really intense, awesome brands like this that they ordinarily wouldn't have tried, and then decide, hey, let's start selling them. But just that way I know that they're at least in good hands, or like some direction to just give them away at like pen shows, at like Scriptus, for example, which is the Toronto pen show that happens every year that I unfortunately haven't been to since the pandemic. Just the way things worked out, because it's on Sunday in October, and I used to have to work every Sunday. I don't anymore, so we'll see. But I would want them to go to somebody. So like if I died unexpectedly, that's the main thing. But I also took this from a different thing of what if I knew I was going to die? So what if, knock on wood, all of the wood, I go to the doctors and I get told that I have, 6 months to live. It is morbid, but it happens, and I hope it doesn't ever, but it could. If that were the case and I knew I was going to die and on a short time frame, then I would simply give them away. I wouldn't sell them, I would just give them away, because I don't need money where I'm going. I need money right now, alive, but I don't need money if I'm not going to be that way. I wouldn't be selling, again, things like preppies. There's just really no point to that, or giving away preppies, especially because these ones I purposely treat like garbage, so they're all stained and gross. There's gold glitter stuck in the feed of this one. Like, no. But a lot of the ones that, well, pretty much all my other pens, to be fair, pretty much all of those, I would straight up give away, and I would probably do it from Patreon, Instagram, and YouTube. The 3 main social medias that I use for the purposes of this nerd hobby of ours. I would just straight up give them away, because again, they're tools, and ultimately I want them to be used. Otherwise they're just going to sit and collect dust in my parents' garage, because I'm pretty sure that is what would end up happening with my pens until they pass, and then it would be up to my sister probably to deal with them. She wouldn't know what to do either, because nobody in my personal day-to-day life uses fountain pens. So if I knew I was dying, I'd probably just give them away. And I should set something up maybe to have them donated in the event of my unexpected passing, which again, I hope never happens. Because I probably have, 50 pens? Probably. I don't know. I haven't counted in a while. And while I always say I'm going to pare it down from that, I don't know. I did issue myself a challenge that I am failing miserably already on to pare it down smaller. But I digress. So the purpose of this video was really just to start thinking about that. And just start thinking about the things that you have that ultimately are just things, but you would want to see them go somewhere good after you're gone. We often talk about our, kids if you have them, pets if you have them, like, your plans for them after you're gone. Because of course that's the most important thing to think of. But you never really think about your stuff. Unless you're like super, super, super loaded and you have like a whole like estate to leave behind. I mean, technically speaking, legally speaking, everyone has an estate, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like the $1 billion peoples. Like if, Oprah dies tomorrow, what happens to her stuff? She's got a lot of it. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, but we don't get a car. So I thought I would do it because I also wanted to know what you guys think. Like, let me know in the comment section below. Have you ever thought about that before? Because I will tell you, when I got that email, I had never once thought about what I would do with my pens after I die. So let me know if you've ever thought about that. Am I the only one that doesn't think about it? Or am I like in the majority of the people who have never thought about it? And B, what are you going to do with yours? Like, do you have grandkids, excuse me, or people in your personal life that really like fountain pens that you would bequeath upon them in the event of your passing? Like, let me know, because I don't have that option. So I'm very curious to know, maybe one of your guys' suggestions is something that'll fit really well into my life and I can implement that. Because now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I have a lot of money here in fountain pens that I don't want to just sit collecting dust in a garage. So I need to know. So let me know in that comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching this 5-day series. If you have watched all 5 of these videos up until now, comment down below. What should I have you comment down below? I had a Taylor Swift song come to my head, but I don't want to get caught with royalties for that one. So comment down below 5 of 5. It's not very inventive, but it's truthful. If you're there already, like I mentioned at the top of the video, do hit the like and subscribe. New videos come out every Monday and Friday and the occasional Tuesday. Hit the link in the description to check out my Patreon account if you would like to help support me and what I do here. And as always, I'll see you next time, which for you guys would be Monday now. Bye!